Hello and welcome to episode 27 of Cooking with Vince. For no reason at all, I'm taking a regional favorite and deliciously desecrating it. This is my Cali cheesesteak. Let's take a look.
Obviously, you could use any kind of rolls you want, but me, I'm using these torta rolls that I got from the store. Just gonna pop them in the oven for 5 to 7 minutes at 375 and see how they look. If you don't know where to start, look for either hoagie rolls or French rolls. French rolls are pretty easy to find, and they usually come pre-sliced too, which is super convenient. And now for the steak portion of our cheesesteak. This is stickers covering it, but it says beef shaved steak. Honestly, this has only been available in your local grocery store for probably about, I don't know, maybe the last 5 years, give or take. It hasn't been that new of a development. Super convenient. This hasn't really been available before to get thinly sliced meat that you can use for pretty much anything. Most notably cheesesteaks, you know, your bulgogi, the like. This defrosts pretty quickly. It's only a pound, so usually you can just put it in the fridge overnight. Leave it out for an hour or so. It'll defrost pretty quickly. Peppers and onions. Here I have half a yellow bell pepper, half of a red bell pepper, and 1.5 yellow onions. You want a decent ratio. Honestly, you can do as much as you like, but me, I like equal parts onion and pepper, and then I split the peppers up. This was marinated with a lot of granulated garlic, a drizzle of avocado oil, and a splash of banana pepper juice. If you've seen my bacon wrapped hot dog episode, this is pretty much the same thing. So if you like continuity, there you go. I recommend cutting all this beforehand and giving it about an hour and a half of marinating time at least. Just let the oil and the garlic, everything let everything get to know each other. Okay, get everything well acquainted before you send them to their untimely death and caramelization in a pan. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, now you want to get some oil in a pan. Me personally, I just fried up some pepper bacon and I'm using the drippings from that. Okay, we're gonna put this in. We're going to try to cook it at as low of a temperature as we possibly can, okay? Because you can either go one of two ways. You can cook it at a decently high heat and give it some char, or you can go low and slow and let all the sugars and the onions and the peppers break down everything and make it more tender and delicious. So I'm going to cook this down while keeping the flame not that crazy low, but just keep it like, you know, don't go too crazy with it. Time to season the meat. I'm gonna put the meat in here. Let's take a look. I'm gonna grab my bare hand here. Yeah, this is mostly a mixture of, this looks like chuck. Yep. That is, shoulder clawed, as they call it. Thinly sliced chuck. It's actually a pretty nice cut. For this, at least. Okay, so I'm gonna hit it with the Kinder's prime rib rub. Just, you know, be generous, use as much as you want, and then I'm gonna mix with my hands, which you are not going to see. If you remember my bacon wrapped hot dog episode, I used white onions instead of these yellow onions, which was a mistake. White onions are better for garnishing, like putting on your tacos, or for slicing kind of thick for your burgers, whereas yellow onions with all the sugars in it are better for caramelizing, better for breaking down, give you a savory, really, really deep, amazing flavor. So after about, I don't know, this was like 20 minutes, give or take. You can take as long as you want. You can take as little as 20 minutes, you can take as much as 2 hours to make these right. But yeah, medium-low heat, look at that. You see how the onions are getting all stringy and stuff? That means they're nice and broken down. I'm gonna take these out, set them aside, and then put in the meat. Now we're gonna add the meat. Yeah, we're gonna add that meat, alright? I'm gonna get that same spatula I just used for the peppers and onions. And start just breaking it up. Right now I have it at about the same heat, a nice little medium-low heat. We're gonna go until it becomes relatively browned. And then at some point, we're going to incorporate the peppers and onions, mix that up, and then with the cheese. Why am I telling you this? Because you're about to see it right now. This stuff is so thin, we're only a couple minutes in. Oops, I got an onion right there. But we're just gonna let this brown just a little bit more. Literally, we're like right there. I'm tempted to put in the peppers and onions in right now. But you see how it's super thin and a lot of it's stuck together. So try to break it up if you can. Otherwise, you're just gonna have like a bunch of chunks, just like a bunch of like beef nuggets. And it's kind of weird. All right, so I'm gonna pretty much kill the heat, put it down to low. All right, we're gonna throw in the peppers and onions, and now we're gonna mix everything up. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I got Boston playing right now. Life's pretty good. You know, life's pretty nice. Okay, now that the peppers and onions are thoroughly mixed, it's time for the cheese, okay? Because what is a cheesesteak without your cheese? Okay, I'm just gonna turn the heat off. I'm gonna use Sargento's. Sargento's cheese, pepper jack cheese. How many slices? Let's count them. That's 5. All right, I'm gonna just take 5. Just lay it on. I'm gonna cover it. Now we're just gonna wait for this cheese to melt. And then once the cheese is done melting, we're gonna build the sandwich. Time to build the sandwich. It's time for Cabo Fresh. Okay, hold on. First, look at this roll. Look at these torta rolls. These came out really, really nice. Nice and spongy. Got a really nice texture to them. Almost like ciabatta, but softer. We'll see. So yeah, Cabo Fresh time. As you can see, these have been cut into a pocket style. Okay, I'm just gonna take the guac and just get in there. I don't know, I love guacamole. You can put any topping you want here. You can put mustard, put mayo. You don't even have to use pepper jack cheese if you don't want to. Completely versatile. The real key component here is the shaved beef. Now I'm gonna shove 2 strips of my peppered bacon in here. If I can get it in there, look at that. That's gorgeous though. Really nice. Perfect. And now for the fun part. We're gonna take a decent chunk. Try to make this look as good as possible. Peppers, onions, meat. Final result, look at that. Just gonna shove that in there. Yep. Shove it in there, don't be shy. If you gotta dig deeper like I did into the roll, so be it. But, yep. Last but definitely not least, you're like, you know, Vince, you say. Vince, where's the sides? You can't just have meat and no sides. All right, well, what's that? Mirate. Oh, look at this. Oh, some Cajun fries? Cajun fries on the sides for you and eyes. Yes. All right. Yep, look at that. Cajun fries with a side of cheesesteak. Let's take a bite. So I tried the meat by itself. It's very, very savory, very, very rich, bursting with flavor, as they say. Let's take a bite right here. So this is pretty much everything I thought it would be. You got the smokiness from the bacon, the creaminess from the avocado, really lends to the savory from the peppers and onions and meat that we have here. And the bun. This torta roll is a good call. Nice, and see that crust on the outside? See that give? It's got some bounce. Really, really nice sign of a bun. I'm gonna use these for breakfast tomorrow. I can't wait. But, yeah. So far, I mean, sorry, Philly, but pretty solid cheesesteak I got over here. Meat is so thin, tender. Not a bad job, I'd say. Pretty good episode, I'd say.
And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.